How to have self-worth in a relationship. Are you looking to regain your self-worth? Maybe you feel like it has never even existed, or you just feel lost and need to find stability in your relationship. If this sounds like you, then you're in the right place. I'm going to share with you how to feel self-worth so that by the end of the video, you're ready to get back up, feel confident, not only with yourself, but in your relationships. And I get it. I had to find self-worth after my divorce, and I'm going to tell you all about it. But first, let me get into what I believe are the four most important steps. I'm James Burnham, and I am a fear coach. I teach people how to walk through these hard things because most of us are trapped by feelings of fear. So listen to these tools, and I'll show you how to use fear to step through your own feelings of low self-worth in a relationship.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
So, point one, you are human. Failure is a part of life. When you can understand that your self-worth is just based on your soul, humanity, man, that's a big, big hurdle to overcome. Point two, personal development. We get to grow our whole lives to understand that where you are now may not be where you want to be. It's just a journey, and you get to strive to be wherever it is you need to go for your whole life. It changes your perspective. Personal development helps you get to where you want to go. Number three is setting boundaries. There are things that you can expect and you can even demand from a partner. Things that will build trust for you if they honor. Boundaries are important. We all need them. And point four, don't rely on validation from your partner. This is the cherry on top. Your validation must come from within. If you are placing all of that upon your partner, there's no chance that you're ever going to feel valued and good in a relationship. With those 4 points in mind, I want to tell you a story of how this came about in my own relationship. The truth is, I really struggled. I didn't quite know how to be the guy I wanted to be for the woman that I married. I felt like my own self-worth was so low at the time when I met her, I needed to be whatever it was she wanted me to be. So I didn't understand that my humanity made me valuable. I felt there were things in my life that if she were to see, she would reject me, and I was too scared to allow her to see it. Fortunately, I did come from a home where personal development was esteemed highly. Constant learning I saw demonstrated by my parents, my siblings. It was something that I was able to pursue because I was always trying to figure out how to be better because I felt so worthless. Came from a bad place, it was helpful. I was completely incapable of setting boundaries. I did whatever I felt I needed to do to be accepted because I received all of my validation for how I was, how I felt, where I stood in my relationship from my wife. And that is a load that is way too heavy for anyone to carry. And it is a void within myself that I had that she could never fill because it had an endless need for validation because I myself did not feel worthy. Buddha says that a man can be loved by his parents but will never be loved as much as they can love themselves, nor will a man ever be hurt by his parents as much as he can be hurt by himself. So we are the ones that must be the greatest caretakers of who we are. And if we want to enter into a relationship and have our self-worth, we have to bring it with us. We can't rely on that for anybody else to give to us. And there's a song I like by Coldplay. It's called Green Eyes. And it starts, it's a completely dysfunctional relationship song, but I love to think about it because my wife had green eyes. And it says, "Honey, you are the rock upon which I stand. And I came here to talk. I hope you understand." That's how it goes, right? Honey, you are the rock upon which I stand. That is a heavy, heavy thing to put on somebody, to put all of the weight of who you are on them and all of your expectation of your value upon someone else is too crushing a load for anyone to carry. It's an impossibility. They cannot win. And this is what I did. This was the breakdown of my relationship. Really, the core reason that my marriage failed is this, I believe. Because in the very, very beginning, as we were dating, there were things that were happening that I did not like, that I didn't think were okay. She was capable of setting boundaries, which I tried to honor. However, I was not. I would just give in to anything that came my way that she disagreed with because I felt like I had to morph myself into whatever persona would win her because I could not be myself and be met with love. That's what I felt. And so when you get into a situation where you are striving to win somebody over by manipulating the situation or changing dramatically who you are, you begin to fall apart. You'll build resentment within yourself. You will also feel lack of validation, lack of love, because anytime you do something wrong, the rejection that you see in those eyes is devastating to you. It is more than just a simple, hey, don't do that, I don't like it. It is like the end of a relationship when you mess up. And that kind of fluctuation of emotion, when you're going day in, day out, and the strict adherence that you have to feel that you have to be perfect in every way in order to be loved, is an impossible scenario. You cannot maintain it. I couldn't. Maybe somebody can, but I don't know anybody that's perfect, so I don't think that that's really possible for us. So when we get into that concept of you are human and so you are worthy, it is difficult for somebody that has no self-worth to understand. And if this is something that you're struggling with, like I did, you may begin to understand why maybe your relationship is struggling, because I guarantee it is if you have no understanding of your value. Personal development is something that fortunately I studied because I was so troubled in my relationship and I was wondering what I could do to be better. And there is so much out there that we can rely on to build ourselves. Some of the people that really, really had an impact on me and my relationship and my understanding of how to act in relationships were Brene Brown, Braving the Wilderness. It was one of her great books, and she actually has an acronym for how to build trust with another person. And so I began to understand this lens of how to look at something, and so I could, within myself, build trust not only for someone else, but for my own sense of who I was. I was able to build trust in myself. And then another huge impact was in the area of personal development, Kristin Neff. And she writes a book called Self-Compassion. And in that book, she talks about the importance of building your worth and your value over your self-esteem. Self-esteem is a facade. It is a temporary cover that we put on ourselves to say, hey, I feel great about myself, but it can be shattered in an instant. And when I was in my relationship as it was breaking up, I had finally found my self-worth. And when my marriage dissolved, my self-worth did not diminish, though my self-esteem took a ding because I didn't feel happy about my marriage ending. I didn't feel happy about the things that people knew about me now that my marriage was over. I still knew I had value and worth in the face of that conflict. And that was something that was huge for me. And now when I meet women that I'm engaged with, that I like, and I'm building a relationship, I am not looking to them for all of the validation of my life in order to feel good about myself. I bring that on my own. I'm a safe place to land because I don't need you to validate me. I just need you to see me. And that changes how we interact with our partners. This will change your sense of who you are and make you a better person to be with. I promise. I hope that's the case with me, and I think it is. So if you're struggling with feeling self-worth in a relationship, or if you have a breakup in a relationship and want to know how to heal from a friendship breakup, I got some other tricks for you that are right down the line here that could be interesting for you in the video coming up. Make some comments below. Let me know what you think about these techniques. And let me know what you have done to be able to feel worthy of love in your own relationships. Like, subscribe, click on the bell. Don't miss any of the content. And there's another video coming up right now